Wednesday night. You might wonder why we're coming to you on this video scantily clad. Why are you standing there like this? Come up.
Right,
okay, it is because we are about to show you how to do the dreaded take measurements, okay? We're also going to show you how to do the dreaded take pictures, and we're gonna explain the dreaded weigh-in, which is happening tomorrow morning because I never weigh at night. That's my pro tip. Always weigh at the same time every day. I suggest weighing naked, and I suggest you weigh first thing in the morning. Now I back up a little. I said every day. Normal people, like him, weigh once a week. Obsessed people like me weigh every day, which is fine. You probably fall into one of those two camps. However, what do you like to remind me about weighing every day?
Even if you're up slightly, you have to understand that it is a total week-long process. It's not based upon everyday weight. So
Right.
You have to pay attention that you may lose so much weight throughout the course of a week, even though from today to tomorrow you might be up
a little bit.
0.2 pounds or whatever it is.
Which I need to also counter that by saying bloat is a thing. Ladies, most of you probably understand. It's a thing, especially when you went to Garth Brooks this weekend. So you're gonna love the I don't know, transformation that magically happens. Not magically, you're gonna do the work, but it happens within the week. You're gonna say your face and your belly change a lot. So without any further ado, I'm gonna use my model here to show you how to take measurements. Now, some people measure their arms and legs. I did when I first started on the journey, but I find it's hard to always measure in the same spot, and so you get kind of skewed results. So we like to take 3 measurements: nipple line, belly button line, and middle of your booty, okay? Now, if you're a responsible person, you probably have a measuring tape, like a sewing measuring tape that you can measure. We do have one.
We have 2.
We're irresponsible
Somewhere.
though, and we can't find them. So we're not using that as an excuse, right? Because this challenge is about breaking free from our excuses. So I just have a regular old ordinary piece of string, which thanks to Optavia is way too long for my husband here, but I have a regular ordinary piece of string, and then I have just a measuring tape that I'm gonna set on the counter, and I will show you how you can do this with just a piece of string if that's all you have. So starting at his nipple line, I'm just gonna measure on the string where he's at, and we're gonna put that on our, oh, I just got really close to the camera. We're gonna put that down on our measuring tape, and we are going to see, he's gonna hold it. He is at exactly 44 inches for his nipple line, so we would record chest 44, okay? Next, I'm gonna go to his belly button line. He's not sucking in, of course. Just kidding, don't suck in. Suck that tuck butt, not for this. He is 41.5 for his belly button line, which might I point out, your waistline, if you're like, oh my gosh, that's so big. His waistline is probably 38, but his belly button line is 41.5. You can do your natural waist if you want. I just like the landmarks of nipple and belly button to like make sure that it's always the same. And then we're gonna go right in the middle of his booty.
Which is another one that can be a little subjective because you have to kind of figure out.
You have to kind of figure out
where it falls. So
yeah, ladies, you have like a bone marker right there that you can use kind of, but okay. And his hips, we're gonna call that hips. And he is 45 even on the hips. So we got 44 chest, 41.5 belly button,
44,
and 45 hips. Okay, so we're gonna write that down. We put some great trackers in there that you can use to write that down. You want to do your measurements because even if the pounds don't change as much as you think, the inches will change, okay? So measurements, nipple, belly button, and booty, and you can do arms and legs if you choose. All right, picture. Let's talk about why pictures are important, babe.
So like you were saying a minute ago, sometimes it's not necessarily a big poundage lost week. So you want those side by side so you can directly compare and see that progression on your body just by the look, how you look, how others see you. And sometimes that's just a good way to see growth and progress when your scale may or may not say it.
Yeah. So for pictures, our number 1 pro tip is wear the same thing every week. For us, he's wearing a pair of gym shorts and I'm doing a sports bra and the spandex. If you don't want to be this scantily clad, you for sure can wear a t-shirt or whatever. Just make sure it's the same thing. Part of this challenge for me is being vulnerable out there about I'm not where I want to be yet, and you might not be where you want to be either, which is why you're on the challenge. So I'm putting myself out there. He even asked me, he's like, hey honey, are you sure you want to wear that? And I'm like, why not? This is what's best gonna show my progress. So he's gonna step out and I'm gonna show you the poses that we normally do for pictures. So first, take a selfie, because the bloat and inflammation in your face is gonna be super obvious even by week 1. So, selfie. Next is you are going to take, I like to do an arms down, front on, and an arms up, front on, especially so you can see this part of you change. So arms down, arms front. And by the way, if you don't have someone to take your pictures or you don't want them to see them, you can just use the timer on your iPhone. Okay, so that's a good way. At least like set it up on a glass, prop it up on a glass or a candle or something, and use the timer. You get 10 seconds to hustle back and get your spot. So arms down, arms up. This is the one I'm embarrassed about right now, guys. You gotta do a side. This bloat in 2 weeks is gonna be gone, okay? And this might be small in 2 weeks. So do a side, and then also I like to do a back, arms down, and a back, arms up, because I think that shows the best difference, okay? When it comes to your scale, you're gonna track your weight either daily or weekly, whatever it is. I mean, okay, I say that. I look daily, but I only track it in my tracker weekly. So first thing in the morning, weigh naked is our best recommendation on that. Your mom, come here, step back in. His mom already gave a super awesome live pump up talk on this group tonight. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it. What's your last and final thing to say for people getting them pumped for tomorrow?
As you wake up in the morning and you start, it's day 1, you're gonna be excited, you're gonna be pumped, you're gonna be ready to go. Remember the reason that you wanted to do this challenge. And it's important for you to record that, either write it down or actually record you saying it, so that when times get tough, you can go back and read it or listen to it, just to pump yourself back up. Remember, this is for a good cause. It might be tough today, but overall, I know where I want to go, and that is what you need to remember.
And get a good night's sleep tonight, but know that that's not going to compare anything to the night of sleep you're going to get on Thursday when you're in fat burn. We'll see you guys in the morning.